Hello! My name is Callista, and welcome back to Danganronpa V3, Killing Harmony. In the last episode, Shuichi was putting the puzzle pieces together, the crime was unfurling before us, and yet Kirumi has been behaving very oddly, in my opinion. She's been almost nitpicking at certain aspects that have very logical explanations. Oh, well, this plan you suggest, it would have meant the Blackened would have had to take a lot of trips back and forth between the pool and Ryoma's lab. Well, yeah, this took place at night, so it didn't matter that there were a lot of trips. Oh, then why did the culprit leave the inner tube in the pool? Because it was nighttime and they couldn't reach it. A lot of nitpicking from Kirumi. I find it very interesting. It's raising a lot of red flags for me. Now, before I get into this proper, if my math is correct, I do believe that this episode should be coming out on the 26th, so a belated Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, season's greetings, Happy Holidays, whatever you may have been celebrating yesterday, I hope you had a fantastic day, and if you don't celebrate anything in particular, then I hope you had a lovely Monday yesterday. Alrighty then, now, Kirumi, what are we gonna do with you? Then why did the culprit leave it in the pool? The reason the culprit left it in the pool is obvious. Yeah, it was nighttime. It was nighttime and they couldn't get it.
That's it. Even if they wanted to get it, they couldn't, because this took place at nighttime.
I see. They couldn't get the inner tube because swimming is prohibited at nighttime.
Exactly, a very logical explanation, a very obvious explanation. So why are you trying to nitpick this, Kirumi?
But couldn't they have used the rope to fish it out?
Not necessarily. You see, the water level in that pool is so low. Even if one tried to draw in the inner tube using the rope, the steep angle the rope would be at would make it nigh impossible.
And even if you were able to, like, I don't know, get the rope really wet so that it was heavier, you could drag the inner tube to the side of the pool, but even then, you still wouldn't be able to reach it. It's impossible.
It'd be different if they used a pole, but there's no way a rope would work.
Even if inner tube was closer to pool edge, water's still too low to drag tube in.
Sounds like a lot of work. I can see why they just left it there.
And that attitude is exactly why Himiko couldn't have done this. She's too lazy. There was absolutely no way she was going to go through the effort of implicating herself to make herself look super guilty so that she could dismiss that guilt later on. It's too much work. It's too much effort. Himiko's too lazy for that.
Yeah, it would take too long. And they would have been busted if someone saw them.
Ha! What kind of clumsy dipshit drops an inner tube and can't retrieve it? Let me tell you, this culprit's a real fucking amateur.
I mean, not really. Not really. This was an exceptionally well put together crime. They figured out how to create a ropeway. They were able to disguise the body, by using the piranha tank. When the piranhas ate the body, that also disguised when Ryoma had died. Like, this was an extremely well thought out crime.
No, actually. Save for that one mistake, this was the perfect crime.
If Maki had never met up with Ryoma at nighttime, it might have been the end for us. Well, I still don't know if Maki is telling the truth or not.
I call bullshit on that. He's basically the ultimate lie detector. He absolutely knows if Maki was telling the truth. I really don't like Kokichi. He makes me feel Whenever he's on screen, I feel like the rug has been pulled out from under me. Because I question everything he says. But then I question my own questions about everything he says, because what if he actually is telling the truth? He tricksy. He too tricksy. Oh, I feel you, Maki. I feel you.
Personally, I find this culprit frighteningly thorough. Such a bold, beautiful plan. I never even imagined there was a ropeway. Oh, respect begins to bloom in my heart for this wonderfully cruel culprit.
Respect begins to bloom in your heart, and arousal begins to bloom in your trousers. Please, please put your dick away. Please.
What are you, stupid? Don't respect the culprit.
No, respecting the culprit's intelligence is crucial in solving this case. We're so close. We're just one step away from the truth.
Now, we just need to figure out who the culprit is.
But of course, it would be pointless to unravel this mystery otherwise.
So, who is it?
Looks like it's time for me to start the main event.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What? What? You've barely done anything. What?
But my sidekick here is on a roll right now, so I'll let him take this one.
I need a drink. I need... You have no idea how badly I wish I had some gin with me right now. I swear, Because you are totally capable of putting all this together, Kaito. You're totally capable of that, but no! You're going to be so gracious and let Shuichi do all the work whilst lapping up all of the praise. I swear to God, I want a gin. I want a gin.
Okay.
You're just pushing everything onto Shuichi because you don't know yourself.
I love Maki. Maki is now my favorite character. I've never felt so seen. She speaks the truth. She speaks the truth. I fucking hate Kaito.
Well, Shuichi, do you already know who the culprit is?
Yes, I have a good idea of who the culprit is.
Hey, Shuichi, are you hesitating again?
Please piss off. What?
Come on, man, there's no need for that. Like I said, you're my sidekick.
That is not the confidence boost that you seem to think it is. What is so great about being your sidekick? Being told that you're weak? That you're not manly enough? Is that the bonus of being your sidekick? How about being dragged around in your field of expertise while some dipshit who doesn't know the first thing about being a detective plays the hero? Is that the good thing about being your sidekick? How about you taking credit for everything that Shuichi is doing because he's your sidekick? Therefore, his successes are your successes. So you're just taking credit for everything he's done whilst putting in little to no effort yourself. Is that the good thing about being your sidekick? Please, please, tell me the benefits.
I take responsibility for any mistakes my sidekick makes.
Well, we haven't made any mistakes so far, so that's real good for you, isn't it?
So use those skills of yours I believe in to shove the truth down their throats.
Oh, I'd like to shove something down your throat, mate. My fist. I'd like to just reach on down there, grab a hold of your heart, and pull it out.
You believe in my detective skills?
That's right. I'm gonna leave it all to you, Shuichi.
Oh, you mean you're gonna carry on doing what you've been doing this entire fucking time? Yeah, I need to believe in my detective work. This whole setup would have had to have been prepared in the gym well beforehand. Knowing that narrows the list of suspects. There was only one person there. You're the only person confirmed to have been in the gym alone.
It has to be you! There's one more thing I still have to confirm. But Kirumi is the prime suspect.
Me?
What? Kirumi?
Oh, so Kirumi is the culprit.
That is not yet a certainty. Let us hear her testimony first.
Is this true, Kirumi?
I cannot believe you would suspect me.
Well, you've been acting real sus.
If that is the case, then I will have to deny it. I will not let you make the wrong choice.
The wrong choice?
If you do believe it is me, are you prepared to stand by that decision?
I mean, I think so. I think I'm prepared to stand by it. I know I've said this a lot. But I have absolutely loved how this chapter played out. For so many of the chapters in previous games, you could tell who the Blackened was by the time the murder had happened. You didn't even need to examine the crime scene because we had front row seats to the Blackened setting their crime up. We could see certain clues happening in real time. And so by the time the murder has happened, you could go, okay, so I have this clue, and this clue. The game also focused on this character alongside the person who's died. Therefore, I can just work my way back. Here's how this all played out. But we didn't get that front row seat. We were nowhere near the vicinity of the crime when it happened. And as such, we had to, inspect clues as and when they cropped up. And I loved that. I loved this so much.
I will refute your accusations with all my might, for everyone's sake.
Oh. Hello. That's a cool image right there. Okay. Okay, what have we got?
I, of course, am not the culprit.
Let's just see how this plays out.
The crime was committed at nighttime. And you have no alibi, do you?
An alibi for nighttime? I believe most of us do not have one.
I have evidence that proves you're the culprit.
Do you?
Think we would fall for such nonsense?
The trick relied on complex mechanisms to work. But someone like you could be skilled enough to pull it off.
Preposterous. That could have been done by anyone.
Kirumi is thin and has a nice body. She and Ryoma could have totally shared an inner tube.
We all could have, except perhaps Gonta.
Oh. I was about to say, oh, most of us don't have alibis for nighttime. Most of us do, but it was only for, like, the first hour. It was like 11 p.m. To force Kirumi to implicate herself, my logic has to be airtight. There's a hole in her story somewhere. I just have to stay calm and find it.
I, of course, am not the culprit.
The crime was committed at nighttime. And you have no alibi, do you?
An alibi for nighttime? I believe most of us do not have one.
That
evidence
is true.
That proves you're the culprit.
Do you think we would fall for such nonsense?
The trick relied on complex mechanisms to work. But someone like you could be skilled enough to pull it off.
Preposterous. That could have been done by anyone.
Kirumi
No, I get it! I get it!
She and Ryoma could have totally shared an inner tube.
I think I know what to
We
do.
all could have, except perhaps Gonta.
Okay, so she's saying that, like, So when Maki says, oh, you would have had the necessary, you know, expertise to put this together, she's saying, oh, well, anyone could have done that. And I was thinking, well, yeah, a lot of people do have technical expertise. We're looking at two of them right here, the ultimate inventor and the ultimate astronaut, or whatever his doodad is. They would have had the necessary technical expertise, but again, the gym. She was in the gym alone. Anyone could have done this, but she's the only one who was in the gym. I get it. I get it.
I, of course, am not the
Anyone could have done that, but she was the only one with the opportunity to do so.
And you have no alibi.
And I do think...
An alibi for nighttime?
Yeah, we want alibis for yesterday.
Most of us do not have one.
Yeah, most of us don't have alibis for nighttime.
You're the culprit.
Do you think
but most people were doing stuff before the gym closed.
Complex mechanisms to work. But someone like you could be skilled enough to pull it off.
Preposterous.
That could have been done by anyone.
That's wrong!
Boom!
No. The only person who could have prepared this murder is Kirumi. Well, the preparations in the gym in any case.
And why do you believe that?
Before the culprit could put the body into the tank, several steps needed to be taken.
Like tying the rope to the gym window and putting a partition in the piranha tank.
That's right. Ryoma's body entered the gym from the window, but that required preparation.
And there was only one person in the gym.
That could only have been done when Kirumi was by herself in the gym before nighttime.
But Kirumi was alone in the gym for only like 5 minutes.
That's all you'd need. It wasn't a lot of preparation. It was just put the glass in the tank diagonally, attach the rope. That wouldn't take 5 minutes.
Not enough time for the whole murder, but enough time to set it up. Enough time to tie the rope on the window frame and put the pain in the piranha tank.
This is my selfless devotion.
Oh.
While I do understand where you are coming from, I assure you this is just a part of your petty imagination. An empty theory created from nihilism.
Again, I'm sorry, I need... I can never remember this one. A is cut. Y is big cut. Y is big cut. I can remember that. I can remember that. Okay.
If it were solely the rope and partition.
Oh.
I suppose 5 minutes might be enough time.
I'ma just...
I accept that. However, the crux of your argument is not but a guess. You continue to force the facts to conform to your misguided narrative. When you consider that the crux of your argument is faulty, your entire case falls apart.
What do you mean by crux of the argument? How is it just a guess?
I am referring to the rope. Now, with that rope, it is possible to reach the gym window from the 3rd floor, but there is no evidence to indicate this had happened.
In
other words, it is just a guess. And then you add assumptions and hearsay to that guess. It is nothing more than deception.
This is the conclusion we reached together. It's not just a guess. I have evidence on my side, and I'll show her.
I am referring to the rope.
I think...
Rope, it is possible to reach the gym window from the 3rd floor.
Yeah, I think we actually do want that.
But there is no evidence to indicate this had happened.
Big chop!
I'll cut through your words! I have evidence. The abrasions left on the window frames at the gym and the lab.
Were those scratches from when the rope was tied to the window frame?
I will admit, I'm not sure how rope scratched a window frame. I can understand how the cable scratched the lab window frame, but I'm not entirely sure how the rope scratched the gym window frame. We'll ignore it. We'll ignore it. It's fine. It was a very tough rope.
Just tying the rope to the frame wouldn't cause so much damage. The rope that was tied to the frames must have been weighed down significantly.
Ah, okay, so that's what it was.
The frames didn't break, but they were left with distinct marks.
Okay, I get it.
Those scratches are proof that you used a rope to carry the body to the windowsill.
Oh? What's wrong, Kirumi? What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? Hey, what's wrong? Hey, 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 hey!
Can someone slap him, please?
Is Kirumi quiet because that's what happened?
Please answer us, Kirumi. Shuichi is doing this for your sake.
If it is for my sake, then it would be much easier to forfeit. But I cannot allow that, because I must do this for everyone!
Oh. Lots of great options for thumbnails here, but... It has to be Kirumi. It has to be Kirumi. One thing about Kirumi is that I've always thought of her as a sincere person. I've always viewed her as sincere. I must do this for everyone. Well, here's the thing. If you win, then we're all gonna die. So, what do you mean by for everyone? For everyone?
I have a duty and a responsibility. I must serve everyone and protect them.
Who is them? Who is them?
So I refuse to surrender. They won't forgive me if I do.
This is interesting. This is very interesting. What? Where is this coming from? Her response seems genuine. So what did she mean by everyone? Is she doing this for all our sakes? No. If she were doing this for your sakes, then she'd come clean. Because y'all are gonna die. That she's talking about a third party. Am I wrong? Is Kirumi innocent? No, I'm wrong again.
Hey, Kirumi. Who exactly is this everyone you're talking about?
Kaito?
I've just got a weird feeling about this.
I see Kaito has decided to actually do something for once. How good of him.
When you said everyone, it felt like you weren't talking about us. It felt like you were talking about someone who isn't here.
Someone who isn't here?
Someone outside of the academy?
I said before the only reason I had, because I still don't know why Kirumi did this. I still don't know why Kirumi did this, and the only explanation I had was that Ryoma must have seen her motor video and it was something dodgy. But now we know that Ryoma had Maki's video and Maki probably had Ryoma's video. Clearly, she's obviously talking about a third party. This everyone, this them, it's not us because we're gonna die. Did she get the correct motive video? Did she get the correct motive video and she's like, well, shit, I've gotta go.
Hey, do you think Kirumi saw her own motive video?
Huh? The motive video?
You saw your important someone in danger, so you committed murder, right?
Is that true?
I am so sorry for making such a mess. Because of that, I made all of you assume something unnecessary.
Now this sounds insincere. This sounds insincere.
Unnecessary?
You saying I'm wrong? This everyone you're talking about?
It is all of you, of course.
No. Now she's lying. Now she's talking bullshit. This ain't sincere.
Really? Do you swear to a tour?
Yes, really. So please believe me. I am not the culprit. I do not care what becomes of me, but I will not allow any of you to die.
This sounds like an act. Oh, I do not care what becomes of me, but I will not allow any of you to die. This, you're laying it on a bit too thick, girl.
Because I made a promise to Kaede.
That's fucking good. That is good. That is good.
She wished for all of us to escape together.
Go. That is really fucked up. That is really fucked up, but oh, it's good.
I want to fulfill my duties as the ultimate maid. I wish to serve everyone. So please believe me. You have to.
That's another good one. Too many options.
Kirumi.
Are we totally sure Kirumi's the culprit? Maybe it's someone else.
Are we sure Kokichi isn't the culprit?
I would like him to be, but the writers need him. The writers need him to push the plot along, so he won't die yet.
How rude.
I really hope he doesn't make it to the end. If he's one of the final... If he is one of the final few classmates, I will cry.
Gonta just can't believe Kirumi would kill Ryoma.
Kirumi's breakfasts were the best. She always treated us so well.
She really is like a mom.
Perhaps it was after she gained our trust that she saw her chance to strike.
You really are screwed up.
Screwed up from head to toe. Even through your clothes, I can tell.
Shuichi, please reconsider suspecting me as the culprit. You only suspect me because I was at the gym during nighttime yesterday, correct? But you cannot accuse me of being the culprit with that insufficient proof.
No, there's something we haven't brought up yet.
It is still possible for Maki and Kaito to have gone to the gym. They do not have alibis. They could have pretended to help Himiko, but secretly prepared the murder.
And everyone would have noticed them climbing up the window and opening it. Everyone would have seen that.
When you put it that way, it does seem possible.
We can't accuse Kirumi just based on our alibis.
Guys, maybe suspecting Kirumi is wrong.
Yeah, maybe we should think it over one more time.
I made a promise. As the ultimate detective, I made a promise to seek the truth. I made a promise to Kaede, so I'm not turning back now.
They're scared. They're scared that they have to accuse one of their friends of murder. So it's up to me. I have to do it. I'll use my detective work to prove it.
So you still believe I am the culprit? But there is no evidence to indicate that I am—
No, there is. I have proof that you're the culprit.
A scrap of your dress was floating in the pool, methinks.
I realized it when we determined that the rope weight was used to move the body. If it was indeed Kirumi who moved the body with a makeshift rope weight, then the final clue falls into place.
The final clue?
The damning evidence that proves Kirumi is the culprit.
Shuichi, won't you please tell me why you are so desperate to pin me as the culprit? Don't you want to protect everyone?
I'm doing this because I want to protect everyone. Shuichi.
Then you're wrong. Your deduction is all wrong.
Your words aren't going to convince me now. Not when I know the truth.
All you care about is your own reasoning. You don't even listen to others.
Oh, Oh, she is falling apart. She is falling apart, and I am loving it.
I can't bet everyone's lives on a deduction made by a self-righteous brat.
Woo!
You can't save anyone!
No more doubts. I'm confident I'm right. I'm going to present everyone the evidence that proves she's guilty. Where are you? Where are you? Right there.
This is it! The piece of black fabric in the pool. That's the final clue that proves you're guilty. It's been bothering me for a while. I couldn't figure out what it was. I thought it was just trash at first, but I couldn't dismiss it entirely. Now that the class trial has come this far, I know for certain. It's an important piece of the puzzle. Because like the inner tube, it's evidence the culprit couldn't dispose of.
Huh? Why not?
Using the ropeway, you could slide the inner tube from the lab to the gym. But how would you control it?
Oh! It's not her skirt. It's not her skirt, it's her glove. It's her glove!
If it kept sliding and hit the window, the momentum would have thrown the body off. To prevent that from happening, the culprit needed some way to adjust the speed. For example, the culprit could have used their hands for friction.
Yeah, so what? You're still wrong. Your logic is flawed.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't.
Kirumi, why are you becoming increasingly erratic?
There is such absolute beauty in trying to fight against the truth.
What truth? That black cloth is just trash. You can't prove I'm the culprit with just that.
No, it's not just trash. It's proof that you're the culprit.
And we are going to prove it in the next episode. So until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.